Hi, everyone out there. Um, I've noticed that it's getting more and more popular, but there's not much out there for autistic people when it comes from information. You wouldn't think, looking at me, that I do have autism, because I do. I was born with it, and I will die with it. There's nothing that can be cured. That's the first thing you should know. It can never be cured. Autism. And it's called a hidden disability because unlike Down syndrome, which you can see as someone with that has, you can see on their face and in the way they look that they do have Down syndrome. With somebody with autism, you can't tell by the immediate talking to. You can't tell. Well, you can't tell with me at least because I'm what's classed as high in the autism spectrum basically because I can talk and understand some things. But there are some things I can't actually do. Like I can't see fireworks because of the bang they make. I can't go to children's parties because of the bang of the balloons. I keep touching my eye. Well, that's not part of autism. Well, actually, it kind of is repetitive motions because I have to repeat it sometimes, and I've got to tell myself to stop sometimes. For instance, if I get an itch, I scratch and I scratch, and I have to tell myself stop because after some time, it doesn't actually hurt anymore. It's just it's a repetitive thing. I'm trying to teach myself to stop doing this with my eye, but there. See, I'm scratching now. And I'm teaching myself in my mind to stop, basically, because scratching is okay if something's itching, but continue and it's self harm, basically. So I've got to teach myself not to self harm because I self harm. I do. I went through a phase of punching walls. I don't anymore. Well, only do when I'm totally angry. But like I say, I went through a phase of punching walls. I can be quiet sometimes. I can have my up days and my down days. It's a good day today. I don't know why, but it is. I think I did an out today and I kind of like it after doing something every day for a good week and a half. What else about autistic people? Well, me anyway. I do have what's called freakouts. I do. But not as often because I know how to cope with situations, so I don't freak out. Basically, I haven't had a freak out. I think since I went to Manchester for a family do, and I had my new boyfriend with me, and because he was my new boyfriend, everybody wanted to meet him and everything because he's new, and I don't like being crowded. That's another thing I don't like is being crowded, and I freaked out. I went back to my room. But I went to my mum and said, Mum, it's just too much. People are crowding me. And Mum's like, do you want some time back to your room? Because we were staying in a hotel at the time. I said, yes, please. So I went to go get my ex. He's my ex now. And took him back to my room. And he kicked off with me, even though I was the one freaking out, saying that I didn't go to him first, which has got no. That shouldn't be the case. My go-to person has always been my mum, and it's always going to be my mum. I might change it every now and again to my best friend, but I don't want to ever change it to my boyfriend again because I'm scared. Anyway, autistic people go off on track sometimes as well. They start somewhere and end up somewhere else. Basically, they can start off on, I don't know, a t-shirt. Talk about t-shirts. and then they can end the conversation going on about trains. They can. Well, I can anyway. I'm basically doing this talk to you lot out there to tell you out there what it's like for me living with autism. Previously, I've deleted them now, but I did in the beginning of my first attempt at YouTube. I did do two entries in YouTube called Relationship Blog 1 and Relationship Blog 2, and I deleted them because he was in it basically, and we were talking about what it's like to be in a relationship with each other, and it just upset me to see it, so I deleted it. I haven't heard from him since he did the video with his sister, sorry. And that's it. I haven't done a video for him either, because basically I'm sick of it. See, I've started talking about autism and now I'm talking about my ex. I can do that, you know. 1 second. I'm just finding a comfortable place to sit because I'm on my bed at the minute. I'm getting a new bed on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to it. Anyway. Pillows fell. I can't. When it comes to autism, when it comes to me and my autism, for instance, I realised that whole being crowded thing is when I went on holiday to France, I think it was, with my family, and we were going down in the marketplace, and it was so packed you couldn't actually move. You could only actually move like centimetre steps at a time because it's so crowded. I had to escape because of the heat as well to a shop, and that was even crowded as well. So I managed to escape. I don't know how, but I never went down there again, and we went a different way home. But after that, basically, I can't do crowds, can't do loud noise. I don't understand things like other people, even though I'm starting to get better at that though. For instance, I don't understand sarcasm as much. That's why people have to tell me, Emily, that's sarcasm. Oh, that was sarcastic, Emily. But I am learning. Also, for me anyway, I can't keep eye contact very much. As you can see in this video, I'm mostly looking away because I don't know what it is, but I just can't keep eye contact with anyone. What else? I talk a lot better than I used to. Listen. Seeing me as a child, you wouldn't think I know all these words, all these swear words and everything. I've got such a party mouth. But I do struggle with some things. Relationships is what I struggle with most. Because I fall in love really easily. Very easily. Well, especially since my ex. Which is a bad thing, really, because I'm scared. I want to find love because I'm single. Out there, hello, I'm single. I am single and I'm scared. I put my heart on the line again, because the last time I did that, it got stamped on, shat on, so many times, and I'm scared. I've even reached out to the Undateables once, but they said no, and I think I know why. It's because I'm too nice, basically. But the problem with me is I can get them as easily. Well, that's not that easy. I've been single for 2 years, on and off for 2 years. But it's keeping them, because the longest relationship I had is a year. And I've been alive for 26 of those years. And I want our relationship to last longer than a year. Anyway, autism and me, it's difficult. I don't think I'll be able to drive because I get distracted too easily. If I'm not 100% focused on something, I do get distracted easily. Actually, I got distracted during this video because I kept moving around about like where should I sit in that. That was me getting distracted. Autism and me is difficult because I'm on the higher end of the spectrum. I've met all sorts of different people who's got autism. From the people that can't talk, they can only make noise, to people who are like me who can talk but can't get the point across clearly. And I have people that get along with who has autism, and I have people that do my blooming head in with autism. I even have people who do my head in who've got different disabilities than me but still has a disability. Most of my friends have a disability, actually. It's just, when it comes to me and autism, it's hard to describe for me. I don't know where to start, even though I've already done this for like 11 minutes now, for autism. I say yes to things before I actually think it through. I do that. For instance, I'm trying to use an example here. What example should I use? Bank account. I go for I'll start my bank account one. Basically, I open a new bank account and I said yes straight away without thinking it through, without getting advice from anyone. I was like 16 at the time, so I was being spontaneous. And I said yes, and it all went downhill because they had no withdrawal limit. I could still take money out even though I had no money in, and I didn't know how to budget very well back then. So then I got letters after letters after letters saying you owe us money, basically. So basically, I'm just going to cut the show short there and say that's how I can jump the gun a bit, by getting into debt. But the bank helped me out and things like that, and realised I have disability, and I said yes before I actually understood what I was saying yes to. And it limits me, by the way. My autism does limit me in some ways. It limits me. Actually, it doesn't. Having autism does not limit you. There's no limit to what you can do. If you're like me and in the higher spectrum of autism, nothing stops you. But you do have limits on. It all depends on the spectrum you are. Because if you can't talk, of course your limit is communication. Even though autism is it's a speech, hearing, it's communication disability. For it is for me anyway. I struggle with communication sometimes. In the beginning, I used to hug all my teachers hello and hug all my teachers goodbye until I was told or had a word, or my mum had a word with me and says, Emily, that's inappropriate. That's not right. She had to use not right because I didn't know what inappropriate meant. And it took me some time to learn it, 'cause it does take me some time to learn things. But I learned, and I didn't. So now, unless I'm in a relationship with them or the part of my family, I ask, do you want a hug? Do you want me to hold your hand? Unless you know me, and then I will automatically hug you, automatically hold your hand. I even do that now, actually, because I remember my friend being upset once, and I held the hand and they actually liked it. And I liked holding that person's hand. I'm not giving names here because I don't think this person will be happy that I am saying this person was upset. Because, nah. Anyway, but he liked that he wasn't alone. Crap, I said he. Well, it was one of my male friends. He was like a tough man, basically, and he doesn't want to know. Anyway, I'm not saying names. That's to me, not to him. That's to me. See, I'm going off on a rant. That's what autism people do as well. They go off on rants about anything and everything, basically. And I can take up just an hour just talking about autism and myself. Relationships. Now that's difficult for me. Relationships are difficult because I jump in head first and I get hurt, basically, because I've jumped in head first three times since my ex, and I've loved every one of them in one way or another. And one I cheated on, one I never saw again, and the other is just too busy. So the one that I cheated on, when I cheated on, I didn't think that was that much of a problem, basically. So that's where my disability comes in, I think, is because what I did on him, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it, and I mean, I don't know why. Yeah, sometimes it don't make sense as well. But looking back on it now, I do feel guilty. I should have finished with that boyfriend before cheating on him, basically, but I didn't. I didn't see what the harm in it, basically. The other one I just lost touch with. And the other one, I think he only loved me as a friend, and I loved him more. And he even unfriended me on Facebook, I just realised, which has upset me. But that's what happens. You just move on, basically. And I've been hurt so many times, I just pick myself up and move on again. When I hear bad news, I struggle. I might pick myself up, but it takes me a long while. The ex I keep talking about, when I first, because I had to finish with him, because there's no going forward. When I finished with him, I can't remember the first 3 months of the breakup because I stayed in bed. I was depressed, basically. And I remember I was just coming out of my depression last year, and I got an email of my dad saying my family dog that was living with him in Ireland had unfortunately passed away. I decided to shower that day, but I fell to the floor in the shower, and I just couldn't get up for a good 20 to 30 minutes because I was crying. I was like, not again, not again. I already lost the ex. I don't want to lose the dog and all, but I did. I'd love to get on. I have this dream. I have a dream that when I'm 30, that's in 4 years, because I'm 26 now, and I'm 27 this year, so between 3 and 4 years, my dream is to be at home on my bed, with my partner. I say partner because he could either, it has to be a he because I'm straight, he will either be my boyfriend, fiance, or husband, one of the three, next to me in my bed, a dog running around our feet, and maybe either a baby in my belly or a newborn baby, but I would love to have a child one day. And that's my dream, to have him next to me with baby and dog. That's the dream. But I've been single on and off for 2 years now, so I don't think it's going to happen. It's turned off its autism talk. This just proves that we can go for months and that. Just always self-harm in other ways as well. I've cut myself. I've picked up scabs. Actually, that's a scab I picked, basically. And, 1 second. If you can see it. There. That's another scab I picked. And I don't know why I do it. I just don't know. I think I just like a feeling of feeling something. Because I live by myself, and it's a struggle. Because you're lonely living by yourself. Anyway, I like it though. I love living by myself, I get the freedom. Because when I think about people that do live at home with their parents, and I think of this as freedom, basically, and I couldn't wish for anything better. I'm sorry. I just feel sorry for people that still live at home with that. Anyway, because I know so many people like that want to get away, but they can't. Or they don't want to get away because they've got such a cushy life there. But that's not me. I'm talking about me with autism. When it comes to autism and me, there's so much to tell, and I'm reaching the limit of what to say now. Because I don't know. I honestly don't know. We plan things a lot, and we have lists, and we like to stick to lists. We make plans, and we like to, I make plans, and I like to stick to the plans. If I don't stick to the plan enough week, basically like, where are you? And things like that, I panic. I'm a panicker. And I don't deal with change very well. It takes me time to put my head around change and that. I remember the first Valentine's Day since the breakup, and me and my mum started a tradition, and we're going to continue it this year, which is going to Pictures and Pizza Hut, just for single ends. Me and my mum are single, and we're going to do that again this year. I was going to invite my friend, but unfortunately she's taken now, so it's just me and mum again. Anyway, autism and me. I'm repetitive. I'd repeat things as well. For instance, I've said that autism and me thing about 10 times now, I think. Thanks to remind me that what I am actually talking about. Autism is very complicated, I think. And it's different in different people. I do freak out. I still do. When I freak out, I walk away. Basically. I shut down, I shut up, and I walk away. That's what I do when I freak out. Either that, or I talk a lot for a long time about nothing. For instance, the first time I saw my ex, the second time I saw my ex, since the breakup, because I had no idea it was going to be there, I had my head down, concentrated on other things, and I talked about them. Well, I tried to talk about them, but the thing was, I had already started the thing I was going to see, so I had to be quiet. And then I couldn't take my eyes off him all night because I had no idea what he was going to do. Was he going to upset me? Was he going to anger me? I had no idea what was going to happen. But nothing happened. Basically, I was worrying about nothing because I'm a worrier as well. I have these stories in my head about what could happen and what would happen if that happened, and what would happen if this happened, and that sort of thing, and barely ever happens the things I'm thinking of. I've been married so many times in my head. I've been engaged so many times in my head. I've had so many boyfriends in my head. I've had so many happy ever afters with that ex and a different ex, and they never came true. Never. I'm gonna sign off now because I'm reaching. Actually, no, I'm gonna talk for another 5 minutes, so I'll reach a full half hour of me talking. That's all I'm doing is talking. About autism and my life, basically. If it will let me, please let me. Okay, 4 minutes to go. Anyway, people out there want to know about autism because I'm gonna actually name this video "Autism and Me," basically. I don't know. Oh, cool. Sorry, just Facebook. I love Facebook me. If it wasn't for Facebook, I wouldn't know anything about anybody. So lucky I have Facebook. I was around when it was Bebo and MySpace first. Then it was Facebook. I was not in the generation where it was just Facebook first. I had to be eased into it with Bebo. It's very confusing to have autism. You have to ask things. Oh yeah, this is just something I realised just recently. Actually, my mum realised. Like, it was even just a year ago this was happening. I would apologise and apologise and apologise, and basically for things I didn't even think was my fault. I still apologised because I thought it was my fault. Because I think in my own world, I had something to apologise for, even though there was nothing to apologise for. Actually, I stopped doing that when I was with my ex. I think it's because my ex questioned why I was sorry, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't know why I'm sorry. And I think he copied as well my sorries all the time. I've started to do it again, a little bit. But my friend actually upset me, really. Because I was on Messenger on Facebook the other day, talking to her. And I said, I'm sorry. She's like, what for? And no one's questioned my sorriness since my ex, and hearing her say why, it upset me. Because it reminded me of him, the niceness of him. Even though he's a white. Bleh. I don't want. There's so many bad words to use for him. Anyway. 2 minutes to go. I've only got 1 minute to go. And I'm going to use this 1 minute to sum up what autism means to me. Off the cuff, I think. Autism means to me is you're unique, basically. You are one of a kind. You are special. And, more importantly than anything, you are not alone. There are so many people out there with autism. They'll be happy to talk to you. Parents and people with autism alike. I'm in my 20s and I have autism and I've struggled. And basically, you are not alone. Just send out help and there'll be so many people to respond. I will. put a message on my video down here saying, I have autism. Are you like this? Are you like that? And I will respond. Please, positive comments. I don't like negative ones. This is the only video I'm ever going to do that's going to be public. I've put all my other videos as private because they're my videos. I've went over the minute mark. But this is me signing off with one with autism. And I can only tell you from my perspective what it's like to have autism. And all I can say is, you are not alone. You aren't. You're loved, even though you might not think you are. You might get picked on, put down, but you are not alone out there. I felt like that in the early days. I was alone in the world. I was being called names, but I'm not. If I could give 2 words to my younger self, it will be not alone. I'm definitely going now because I'm reaching 32 minutes. And that's really a long time to listen to me talk. So, for me, Emily, with one with autism, signing off. Later.